You're my favorite. You've always been my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best original science fiction and fantasy TV series from Netflix. We won't be including any animated series, or shows that began on other networks before making the jump to Netflix.
I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Number 20, Three Body Problem. Adapted from the much-acclaimed book series by Sushin Liu, Three Body Problem is a sci-fi thriller with cosmic proportions and grounded stakes. Following a Chinese astrophysicist's contact with extraterrestrial life, the consequences of that contact play out years later. Conspiracies develop, factions form, and the aliens' intentions for humanity prove less than benevolent. It can be a little heady and oddly paced for some viewers, and the differences from the source material have become somewhat controversial. Nevertheless, Three Body Problem is a quality sci-fi series that examines some pertinent questions about life among the stars.
They entered your solar system months ago. We sent them to your planet. To the places where your best minds explore reality at its most fundamental level.
Number 19, Travelers.
Pearson, come here!
According to a media consumption report put out by Netflix, Travelers was one of the streaming service's top 10 most binged shows in 2017. And based on its plot, it's easy to understand why. The show is set in a post-apocalyptic future and revolves around a group of operatives known as Travelers who venture back in time to prevent a global catastrophe.
We all knew assuming the lives of people from another century wasn't going to be a walk in the park.
They do this by having their consciousness transferred into the bodies of 21st century humans on the cusp of death, thereby limiting their impact on the past. It's pure sci-fi fun, with enough action and suspense to keep newcomers to the genre thoroughly entertained.
This is gonna work itself out. Just go home.
Number 18, 3%.
Apenas 3% de vocês serão um seleto grupo de heróis a caminho do Mar Alto, onde o casal fundador criou o mais perfeito dos mundos.
3%, a foreign-language dystopian thriller, is the first show on Netflix to be produced entirely in Portuguese, so prepare for subtitles. The world the show presents is a fractured one in which the wealthy live in the offshore and the poor live in the inland. However, through the process, citizens of the inland are given the opportunity to leave.
Eu vim para cá porque eu consigo passar. E acabou.
Of course, the path to paradise is not without obstacles. The show takes its name from the fact that only 3% of the people make it through the process. A tightly woven tale of sacrifice, betrayal, and the quest for a better life. 3% is one Netflix original that lives up to its name.
Gente, vocês estão ouvindo barulho?
Number 17, Alice in Borderland. A Japanese language series based on the manga of the same name, Alice in Borderland follows a group of young people in Tokyo who find the city mysteriously deserted. Not only that, but they're soon forced to play various games under the threat of death.
エントリーを締め切りました。ゲームを開始します。
ゲーム？
ゲーム、生きるか死ぬか。
The group must compete with fellow players for survival, while also unraveling what's going on. Survival game stories have been a big hit on Netflix in general. Remember Squid Game? Alice in Borderland offers all the same thrills, but with the added mystery of its sci-fi Alice in Wonderland twist on the genre.
たまたま最初のゲームが一緒でそのままつるんでる。ゲームをクリアするのに仲間は重要だからな。
Number 16, Sweet Tooth. Post-apocalyptic shows tend to be gritty and grim, but Sweet Tooth adds a fairy tale spin on the genre. Following a pandemic that kills most of humanity, the survivors coexist with a newborn group of animal-human hybrids. One of these kids, a deer boy named Gus, sets out on a journey to find his mother, accompanied by a former hunter of hybrids.
What do I do now?
Hey, he can talk. Yeah, but why isn't he running off? Like all the other hybrids.
Clearly, he's not like all the other hybrids, Pony.
While the adult and kid in an apocalypse setup is familiar, Sweet Tooth has an appropriately sweet charm about it that recalls kids' movies of the past. The great acting, world building, and timely themes on the after effects of a pandemic make it something children and adults alike can enjoy.
Maybe even live there.
Together?
Why do you think I'm here?
Number 15, Lock and Key. Based on a graphic novel series, this series follows the eponymous Locke family as they return to the family home following the loss of the children's father. While exploring the house, the kids find a series of magical keys that open doors in strange and unusual ways.
What the hell just happened?
I told you, these keys are for real business.
What is this?
This house is full of magical keys.
The show sees the family dive into this mystery while also grappling with grief from their loss and other drama. While with its detailed set design and mix of fantasy and horror with everyday life, Lock and Key is a lock for any fantasy enthusiast's Netflix queue.
You left us down there. Did you even care about this film at all? Why are we even here?
I have more to worry about than this stupid little movie, okay?
Number 14, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. In this darker take on the popular Supernatural franchise, Sabrina is a teenage witch who has to deal with all the typical pitfalls of youth. Boys, school, devil worship.
Harvey's a part of it, sure, but it's everything. All my life is in Greendale. It's proving difficult to untangle myself from that.
While it may have ended prematurely, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina has gained a loyal following thanks to its well-realized characters and spooky plots. The show sends shivers down our spines with how entertaining it can be. There are plenty of supernatural teen dramas out there, but few of them are dripping with this much atmosphere or feature visuals as gorgeous as these.
I restore to you all your witch abilities. So now, my dear, you have both power and freedom. And may you never give up either again.
Number 13, Lost in Space.
Deep breaths. Remember your training.
The computer will land us just fine. That's what it's for.
Deep breaths.
A modern remake of a classic sci-fi staple, this show follows the Robinson family, whose colony ship is attacked en route to their new home. After their escape craft crash lands on a habitable world, they and their fellow survivors seek to find a new way back to their ship, while also contending with the robotic foes that attacked them. A more grounded and realistic take than its predecessor, Lucky Chicken aside, Lost in Space features stellar effects, along with some great interpersonal drama.
Why did you attack us? Tell me! You really don't remember.
It may not have made as big a splash as it deserved, but Lost in Space certainly deserves your time. Number 12, Sense8.
Limbic resonance. It's a language older than our species.
Sense8 is about 8 strangers from across the globe who slowly discover that they share a mental and emotional link. They're able to jump in and out of each other's minds, swapping knowledge and mentally projecting into each other's environment. A nuanced piece of science fiction, the show is blessed with a unique plot and an excellent, not to mention diverse ensemble cast that meshes together beautifully.
We all experience many births and deaths during a life, but few know what it means to be reborn a sensate.
Don't let the fact that the show was canceled in 2017 get you down. Grab a bowl of popcorn and get to binging. We promise you'll soon count yourself among the devoted fans calling for more, especially following the June 2018 series finale.
Want to know just one thing, and then you will never see me again.
Number 11, The Sandman. Based on Neil Gaiman's acclaimed graphic novels, this series follows Dream, aka Morpheus, who is the embodiment of dreams. After being imprisoned for a century, Dream escapes to reclaim his throne, while also reuniting with old friends, family, and foes. Though there is some overlap there.
It would not be the first time one of the Endless had just...
Enough. I will not have dreams and nightmares preying on the waking world. I will bring them all back.
Lovingly faithful to its source material, The Sandman takes us through Dream's comeback tour and features fantastical landscapes and creatures aplenty. The brilliant performances, surprisingly moving exploration of the human condition, and sheer imagination make The Sandman a dream come true that nobody should sleep on.
What power would hell have if those here imprisoned were not able to dream of heaven?
Number 10, The OA.
I'm the OA.
The OA is a fantastic mix of sci-fi and fantasy with a plot that revolves around the re-emergence of a young woman who's been missing for 7 years. Upon her mysterious return, she has a new name and the ability to see, despite having been blind when she initially disappeared.
The biggest mistake I made was believing that if I cast a beautiful net, I'd catch only beautiful things.
Co-created by and starring the uber-talented Britt Marling, the show has received generally positive reviews from critics, with one hailing it as, quote, Netflix's strongest and strangest original production since Stranger Things. From the striking visuals to the acting and everything in between, this is one program you need to check out.
Storytelling is cleansing.
Number 9. One Piece.
The imposter, the pirate hunter, and the prisoner. Fancy that, the three of you working together.
A live-action version of the highest-selling anime and manga in the world, One Piece managed to do the impossible with its faithfulness to its origins and overall quality. The tale of Monkey D. Luffy, a young aspiring pirate in search of the late Pirate King's fabled treasure, One Piece sees its endlessly optimistic and stretchy hero assemble a crew in search of adventure. The action scenes are thrilling, the set design is impeccable, and the backstories hit like a rubbery fist to the face. One Piece may not dive as deeply as the decades of existing material, but it still perfectly captures the silly yet emotional spirit of adventure that pervades this beloved story.
It's all gonna be smooth sailing.
Number 8. Wednesday. There's no shortage of supernatural teen series on Netflix, but Wednesday has been among the most successful, winning awards and sparking memes in their thousands. A spin-off of The Addams Family, it focuses on the eponymous gloomy teenage girl.
I narrowly avoided death twice. Discovered that my father may be a murderer. Learned that I could potentially destroy the school. And was mysteriously saved by a homicidal monster.
Forced to attend a school of outcasts, Wednesday's entertainingly abrasive personality is TV gold. Whether she's one-upping the preppy students, unraveling a local mystery, or interacting with her off-the-wall family members, Wednesday, the girl as well as the show, makes for exceptional viewing that makes us want to dance with joy. You know how. Number 7. Altered Carbon.
I'm sorry, I was waiting for a question. It was all monologue there for a while, so I kind of tuned out.
In the year 2384, your memories can be digitized and downloaded in human and non-human vessels known as sleeves, to be used for a variety of purposes. Takeshi Kovacs, a criminal and political operative, wakes up centuries after his death in a new body and is tasked with solving the murder of one of the world's wealthiest men.
Friends are overrated. Eventually, someone will come along and shoot him in the stack.
Starring Joel Kinnaman, Altered Carbon is easily one of the most binge-worthy Netflix originals in recent memory, thanks to its unique concept, stunning visuals, and top-notch acting. A sci-fi murder mystery with cyberpunk overtures. What's not to like?
Observe, absorb, find what others have missed.
Number 6. The Witcher. Based on the epic fantasy books and video game series of the same name, The Witcher follows monster hunter Geralt of Rivia.
She got to you too, didn't she? Do not touch her.
Despite his mercenary origins, Geralt frequently finds himself caught up in world-altering events, particularly once he makes the acquaintance of Ciri, a young girl tied to him by destiny. With its rich lore, fantastic yet gritty setting, and excellent character development, it's no wonder The Witcher has been as successful as it has been. If nothing else, we haven't been able to get that song out of our heads for years.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, O Valley of Plenty.
Number 5. Jessica Jones.
It was open.
If you're one of those people who's yet to watch any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's small screen productions because you're not into the whole superhero thing, Jessica Jones is a very good place to start. Kristen Ritter shines in the titular role, and David Tennant's mind-controlling baddie with a penchant for the color purple manages to be both terrifying and complex.
Get back here, Jessica!
You'd be wise not to dismiss this one as just another comic book adaptation, because Jessica Jones plays more like a hard-boiled detective novel, one that is admittedly peppered with fantastical elements, but also tackles serious, pressing contemporary themes. Seriously, you've got to check this one out.
God didn't do this. The devil did. And I'm gonna find him.
Number 4. The Umbrella Academy. The elevator pitch for this show might be X-Men directed by Wes Anderson, but it's even weirder and more entertaining than that.
It thinks one of us killed Dad.
You do?
How could you think that?
Great
job, Luther.
A group of dysfunctional, superpowered siblings come together again after the death of their father. However, their reunion marks a series of events that may lead to the end of the world. The show is a delightful blend of a chaotic family comedy and the superhero genre. It's thoroughly bizarre throughout, yet it never shies away from serious, heartfelt moments.
To be in an unfamiliar world. But Luther, you're not alone. We have to find the others because the world ends again in 10 days.
The Umbrella Academy has all the chaos of a family get-together, with the added bonus of great stakes, incredible action, and some of the strangest stuff on TV. Number 3. Dark.
Papa, die Frage ist nicht wie, die Frage ist wann.
This German sci-fi thriller has been called Stranger Things for grown-ups, and it's a fitting comparison. The show is set in a small town, a portion of the action takes place in the 80s, and the plot revolves around the disappearance of a child. However, that's where the similarities end. Dark involves time travel, wormholes, and a decades-old secret that's impacted 3 generations of families, from the 1950s to the present day.
Kontaktiert die zentrale Vermisstenstelle. Befragt jeden im Umkreis.
The show is expertly paced, slowly pulling back the veil on a tiny German town with no shortage of terrifying secrets. Number 2. Daredevil.
I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do.
A comic book show first and foremost, Daredevil strikes an interesting balance between grounded and gritty and more fantastical elements. From its blind protagonist who can see using his other senses, to the plot of Season 2, which revolves partially around an ancient mystical organization full of ninjas who won't stay dead.
Half the people in here are carrying guns.
Yeah, but none of them have their finger tapping the trigger.
This Netflix original series has garnered considerable praise from critics thanks to its brilliantly choreographed fight sequences, multifaceted characters, and tightly woven narrative. Featuring a star-making performance from Charlie Cox and a strong supporting cast, Daredevil is one fantasy show you need to be watching.
Maybe he's faking.
He's not.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Stranger Things.
A shadow grows on the wall behind you, swallowing you in darkness.
Few recent sci-fi series, Netflix original or otherwise, have come anywhere near close to having the cultural impact of this one. Set in the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana, and focusing on the mysterious Upside Down, Stranger Things took the world by storm in 2016. Season 1 and Season 2 picked up Golden Globe nominations for Best Television Series Drama, and the show has been heralded by critics for its action, pacing, and steady flow of 80s nostalgia.
We never would have upset you if we knew you had superpowers.
Ow!
After its second season, the aforementioned Netflix Media Report listed it number 1 in the shows that brought us together category. Not too shabby.
Are you okay?
Is there a science fiction or fantasy series we forgot? Toss a coin to the comments, oh viewers of plenty.
Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.